All right, y'all. So we're building up to this crazy looking one here, which actually isn't as bad as it seems. Okay. Then we've got this thing that is definitely tougher, but we're going to start with this one here, which lays down some foundations for us, right? So it says line L and M are parallel to each other, right? So we have line L, line M, they're parallel, and N and P are parallel to each other. Okay, cool. So now it's saying the measure of angle 1 is 65. So this right here, okay, is 65. So now it's asking what's the measure of angle 2. Now here's the thing that's really important to remember, okay? If you've got a line, like this line here, okay, and you've got two parallel lines, right, that are going through it, then whatever is being created here, the exact same thing is being created there. It has to be the exact same angle because lines don't curve or bend or anything like that. It's just another instance of the exact same thing. So this is going to be 65, right? Now, if we take a look, if this is 65, right? And again, we've got this line extended here. So we've now got a parallel line. And look, this line N, right? Line N is parallel to line P, right? So whatever's happening here is also happening here. So that's also 65. That's it for that one. Now, let's get into something a little bit tougher, right? We're going to work our way up, right? So here, now, this one. In the figure above, lines A and P intersect at point P. Lines AP and BP intersect at point P. So this is point P, and we have line AP, right, and BP, and they just intersect. It just says they intersect, okay? ADP and APB equals 110, okay? Key with a lot of these questions is just slowing yourself down a little bit to make sure you understand it. So ADP, right, and APB, so that's APB, right? These together add up to 110, right? So together, those are, we can say it's 110, okay? And I'll just put it in blue. By the way, if this is 110, right, any line back to itself, okay, any line back to itself is how many degrees? 180, right? That whole thing would be 180. So what would be left for this piece here? 180 minus 110 would be 70 for this angle here. Okay, so now what can we find out? Which of the following must be true? Line BP bisects angle APC. Bisects means cuts it in half. So if we have APC, this angle here, right? Now here's the deal. It's saying that BP, this line here, bisects this angle, right? It could be bisecting it, but we don't know for sure if it's bisecting it because we don't have enough information, okay? The only thing we know is that this angle is 70 degrees. That's all we know, right? What we know about this line here, okay, this line AP, is honestly, yeah, it could be, perfectly set. So this line is bisecting it, but it also could be just a touch this way or a touch that way. So we don't know. So anything with one it has to go. Anything with one in the answer choices has to go. So now we just have to see if one of these is true, right? Oh, actually, no, we have to check both because we have 2 and 3 as an option. So BPC is 70. Yeah, we found out that BPC is 70. So that one's definitely true. We know 2 is true. Okay. So it's got to be one of those. And then number 3, measure of angle APD is equal to the measure of angle BPC. So APD, okay, is equal to BPC. The thing is, again, they could be equal, but they're not definitely equal. Because remember, it's asking must be true, okay? So remember, we said this line here, this line AP, it could move this way or this way a little bit. And then as a result, we wouldn't have equal angles, right? So 3 does not have to be true. Anything with 3 is now gone. That's it. Now let's get to the fun one. So here we go. We have this beautiful, ugly looking figure here. And it says given rectangle NOPQ and triangle PRQ. So, okay, NOPQ. Cool. All right, that's our rectangle. And triangle PRQ, let's put that in a different color. So triangle PRQ, okay, share side PQ. Okay, so this is the side that's shared. All right, cool. Solve for the measure of angle PSQ. Okay, so PSQ, that is right here. So we'll just mark it here. So start at P, go to S, go to Q. So it's this angle that we're looking for. All right, now I'm going to zoom in for this one because it's necessary, all right? So here's the deal. There's a little hint for this question that kind of is almost hidden, okay? we have these marks, and those marks indicate sides that are equal. So we know that this is 4, right? So that means this side is also 4. We know that this is 4, and because we're dealing with a rectangle, then we know that this is also 4, right? Which means we're dealing with what kind of triangle? An equilateral triangle. So then this is 60 degrees, this is 60, and this is 60. And if anyone's confused, it's because a triangle is 180 degrees, you divide it by 3, each of the angles has to be 60. Now our life gets much, much, much easier and much happier, okay? So here's the next situation that's really important, okay? And I kind of drew over it, so let me just erase these lines for a second, okay? So we knew that this is 60, right? It tells us that this entire angle is 90, so we know that this is 30, okay? And same thing here, right? This would be 30, okay? And because we're dealing with a rectangle, right, we know that everything is going to be like, we have that these sides are equal, we have that these sides are equal, right? So what's happening is when we drop this altitude, right, we are definitely creating a bunch of 90-degree angles because everything essentially would be cutting things in half and everything, right? So what happens is, what kind of triangle are you dealing with? This would be 30, 90, and if you wanted to add those up, like 30 and 90, right, is 120. So then 180 minus 120 is 60. But you might just recognize that we're dealing with a 30, 60, 90, right? So that's 60 and this is 60. You add those together and you get 120. Boom. So what I'm going to be doing now, actually, y'all, is I'm going to be prioritizing the 1-minute videos because it seems like y'all are really loving those. And I'm going to still create these longer form videos, more so like when one of the 1-minute videos requires more context, you know? So also make sure to follow me on Instagram and TikTok. I love y'all, man. Thank you for the support. Y'all are amazing. Peace.